would find their way into some kind of meaningful ministry engagement. I don't just mean volunteer, but there would be people who within a short space of time would be inviting someone around for dinner, and they would have this kind of, this eagerness to do stuff. And other people would be in the church for 25 years and do nothing. And I thought, and we've all experienced that, and I started to say, well, can we actually find out what the difference is? Because it might be interesting. These people came, and so I began to have some conversation. This is purely anecdotal, but the only thing I could identify that seemed to make that difference was that the people who in their early years, either as teenagers or as young adults, had done something significant cross-culturally in mission, tended in their later years to still have an eagerness to do something for God. And I thought that was really interesting. So I would talk to these people and discover that they had, one guy who was an actuary, a very senior insurance guy, and he'd been halfway through his training and he phoned his dad up and said, "Dad, I've got to do something different. So I'm going to take a year off from my training," and he went and did an internship with Campus Crusade and did some stuff. But it was really interesting because 20 years later, he's a really senior insurance guy, but he is still trying to do stuff. So I came back and said, well, then this is about saying what kind of experiences do people need to have in their younger years that mark them, that make them really, really inconvenient church members for the rest of their lives. The sort of people who, no matter how settled their life is, financially and in other ways, will never settle emotionally, will always be stirred up to do more. And our passion is to just fill churches with really inconvenient and difficult people. To sort of send these crazy people out. And it's really interesting how significant missional experience is to young people. So that's been part of the kind of journey. Right, I want to ask you a question.